Right, so I'm going to use this acrylic to make the baffles for the sump. I've got one piece of black 3mm acrylic, and I've got one piece of 5mm acrylic as well, which is in clear, so it's just perspex. So it looks white at the moment because it's got this wrap of stuff on it, but when that peels off it'll be like glass, so that's what I'm using for the baffles in the sump. So here's the start of the build of the sump. So this is going to be my first compartment with the sponges in it. That egg crate will be lifted up fairly high just to support the sponges and the filter floss. This compartment is going to be where I've got my fluidized K1 coolness in there. So it's a small compartment, but it will be enough for the fluidized part. It will then go into third compartment, which is where I'm going to have the alpha grog, which let's get some out of my bag and show you, is this stuff. So that also takes out nitrites as well as able to grow nitrate bacteria on there as well, so remove nitrate and nitrite. So that egg crate again will be lifted up, so there'll be a void underneath the alpha grog to allow the water to flow through into where the pump's going to go. So not sure whether I'm going to have this compartment a little bit wider to allow for more of the pump. This upright bit drain pipe here is going to be cut down a little bit more, and then that's where I'm going to put in my float valves, which will be driven by the Raspberry Pi. So these float valves here, which goes up and down, so we can control whether the water needs topping up or not. So they'll be attached to that, which will then be siliconed onto the side of the tank. So they're suspended, and then the wires can pop up through this bit here. I'll have two float valves on there. So all the tanks being painted, so the backs and the sides are all black. These two baffles here are actually going to be clear acrylic baffles. I only had one bit of black acrylic, which has got holes drilled in the bottom of there. And then obviously that tile is where we're going to have a couple of air bubblers in there as well, so that's going to allow it to fluidize the media through here. So yeah, so then obviously I'll be able to see through the sides, see the individual compartments, and control everything from there. Okay, that's it. Alright, so I'm just setting up the sump now. As you can see, I'm starting to put the baffles in. They're not siliconed in place yet. I'm using this square bit of plastic drain pipe. That's going to support my float valves. So as you can see, this is going to be the bottom one, then I'll have a top one here. Idea being that once the bottom one drops, then it turns off the pump and the heaters to protect all the equipment. Basically, there's been a failure. And the second one here is going to be making sure that the water gets automatically topped up. So if for any reason that fails, then obviously we've got the one where it drains down, because obviously through evaporation. This one should never really kick in, but that's the idea. So I'm going to put the second float valve in there now, so you'll see a difference there, and that'll be the end of it. Here we are, so we've got the float valves in. It's all stuck together now, so all these float valves will work. That a bit of egg crate there will support the pump. I'll have the heaters underneath that, or at least one heater underneath that. This baffle's now been put in place. I've got a gap underneath the baffle there to allow the water to flow through, so I'm going to have again another bit of egg crate going across here, which will support the alpha grog. And then allow the water to drain through, and there'll be like a little bit of a void underneath, which will then allow the water to flow all the way to where the pump's going to go. That baffle's going to go in there with all drilled holes, so that'll be right down to the ground, and then obviously the water will flow through there. We're going to have the K1 in this area here. It's probably going to be about that wide. Again, holes drilled down the bottom this time. And then I'm going to have the filter floss and media in this bit here. So I'm just going to glue this bit in place. And how I'm doing that is I'm measuring the width of the egg crate that I'm using. I don't know whether you can just see that line going through there. So, and that'll be the line that I'll measure up and align with the top here, and then I'll silicone that in place. So I'll just silicone in the other baffle between the filter media K1 and then obviously where the alpha grog is going to go. So that's now siliconed in place, as you can see. So all the baffles are now siliconed in place, so I'll let those dry, clean them all up, because I like a nice clean edge anyway, and then I can look at putting in the egg crate. So if I put in the egg crate there and support that, so I need to put in the supports for the egg crates, bits in here and here, and obviously in the bottom there as well, which will support the pump and where the heaters will go underneath. So that's the plan, and I'll catch you later.